Harding. Welcome to my blog.stampwithelaine.com and welcome to episode 7 of my Glimmer Fest series. 10 projects spanning the whole of March, showcasing the 6" by 6" 15.2 by 15.2 centimeters Glimmer paper assortment pack from Celebration's second release products, which you can earn free with a £45 purchase, excluding shipping and handling, through my online store here in the UK. I have a Mother's Day card for you today, and I've pushed the boat out for this one. The inspiration came from Pinterest, but off the top of my head I can't remember who. But thank you to the original designer. Here's my take on it. We'll need the Swirly Bird photopolymer stamp set. I've used this watercolour image from the Sunshine Saying set. Happy Mother's Day from the Teeny Tiny Sentiment set. And you can see how old this stamp set is because it's still in the clamshell box. To cut these flowers, I've used the Botanical Builder Framelit dies. And of course I use the large letters Framelit dies to cut out the wording Mum. Sweet sugar plum and mint macaron ink. A Stamp-A-Majig to place my words straight so I don't go crooked. My stamps on a clear block A and B. You need your Big Shot magnetic platform and the cutting plate. You'll need some Whisper White cardstock scrap to cut your letters out with. And for your card base, this has been cut at 11 3/4 inches by 4 1/8 inches. That's 29.9 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. With the long side on top, you score at 5 7/8 inches and fold it in half. In centimeters, that's 14.9 centimeters. You need 2 pieces cut at 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. That's 14 centimeters by 9.5. One for the outside and one for the inside. Pearl Basic Jewels. There are 2 ways you can get this effect with just stamping on the bottom half of the letters. You can either stamp it on a piece of cardstock and then cut the letters out. It didn't come out very satisfactorily because I wanted to place my flowers in an exact position, so I had more control over it to stamp on the letter after I'd cut it. We want to cut our letters first, so I've cut the cardstock into strips, and there are 4 sheets here, and you can cut them 2 at a time. So place it on your magnetic platform, base cutting plate, and the letters on there, top cutting plate, and I'll do that off camera. You can see that the letters are quite thick, and that's actually 4 layers of letters cut out of Whisper White cardstock, and I just glued them all on top of one another. So you will need to cut 8 M's and 4 U's. All my letters cut, I will just take one of each aside for stamping on, and then these will be glued together. I will do this off camera. Make sure that they're straight. Use the edges of this letter at the bottom and tap it against your work surface to make sure that it's straight, and then just run your finger along the edges. So I'll just demonstrate with this letter and then do the rest off camera. That's 3 layers of cardstock letters, die cut, glued together. So now we're going to stamp on the remaining layer. I'll pop my foam mat underneath because these are photopolymer stamps. These 2 little roses here. And I'll just get a post-it note so that I don't get ink where I don't want it to go. Now I'm switching ink pads to stamp this tiny little leaf in mint macaron. Now we've stamped the last layer. It's time to put it onto the rest of the glued together letters. We want to stamp a little background for behind the letters, so I'm using the Sunshine Sayings watercolour mark, and we do need to stamp off a lot because I want it to be quite pale. I'm going to use the Stamp-A-Jig to help me align my sentiment in a straight line. I've demonstrated this before. You pre-stamp the image on your imaging sheet with the imaging sheet buttered right into the corner, and then you use the imaging sheet to place your wording or sentiment wherever you want it. Make sure it's straight. Place your T-bar at right angles, buttered right up into the corner of the imaging sheet. Take the imaging sheet away, ink up your stamp, and so long as you have the corner of the stamp buttered into the right angle corner of the T-bar, and then just stamp straight down and up, you will have it straight. I'm now ready to glue my letters, and I'm going to do it upside down because the letters have all straight edges on the other side, so it's easier if I do it this way. Glue on the back. We'll set that aside, bring back our magnetic platform, base cutting plate, the glimmer paper. So I'll need to cut a big flower like that, a little flower out of the Sweet Sugar Plum glimmer paper. Now you can see why I kept my glimmer paper, cutting it from a 6x6 sheet, because there are little gaps in between where you can cut little flowers or cherries or wherever you can find a space, so that you're not wasting the paper. With the mint macaron glimmer paper, I will cut out one of these ferns, top cutting plate, and then I'll go and run it through the Big Shot. This is for the inside of the card, so just a tiny bit more stamping with Sweet Sugar Plum. Then stamp the leaf with the mint macaron. Now we can assemble the card. So a bit of glue on the back. Stick it to the inside, leaving an even border all round. Glue on the back of the front layer. And here are the pieces I cut before. So So glue dots on the back. I think I may have to trim off some of the fronds, and I think I will pop that on a glue dot as well, because it'll be behind the flower and you won't see it. A big pearl for in here, smaller one for there. So there you have it. Which do you prefer, the one with the leaf coming down or the one with the leaf going up? Anyway, that's my Mother's Day card. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe or share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section with direct links to my online store. They'll also be listed on my blog here at blog.stampwithelaine.com. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with episode 8, I think it is. Thank you for joining me today. Bye!